Hello guys, my name is Lasha and today I will be teaching you the writing session of TOEFL lesson. During this lesson, we will discuss essay writing, which is task number 2 for TOEFL exam, and our lesson will cover the types of essays, the structure for each type of essay, assessment module for essays, how to write paragraphs, and then I will show examples. Finally, I will share very good news with you, the coolest thing ever. Okay, I hope all of you are doing fine during this curfew period and we have a lot of time to think and learn new things nowadays as we can't go out. So as you remember, last week on Saturday, I covered writing task 1 with you, which was integrated writing. And as for this one, this is not integrated writing, this is independent writing. So here you only need to write something. It's not related to reading or listening skills. It's just about writing. Before I start explaining the types of essays, let me ask you, what's essay? What do you think is essay? Can anyone give me the definition of essay? What do you think is essay, guys? And how is essay different from other types of writing, from other writing things? I think the streaming is coming maybe a little bit slow, so let me give you the explanation of essay. Essay is giving your opinion in writing about something, and it should be argumentative. So the most identifiable thing about essay is that it is argumentative writing. You need to give your opinion and at the same time you must prove your opinion, okay? Let me check our Facebook page, how it is going. Okay, good. We are live both on Facebook and YouTube. So essay is argumentative writing. You give your opinion about something and you need to prove your opinion. There are, of course, different types of essays that people can face in their lives, but for TOEFL, I will explain only TOEFL essay things and how we need to write essays for TOEFL. For example, I remember when I was a student at high school, we used to write a lot of essays, but those times we were supposed to quote someone's text and cite some quotes from someone. But for TOEFL, you should not do any of this. It only should be your opinion. You are giving only your opinion. You don't need to copy someone's information and you don't need to give someone else ideas or copies. Okay. Now let's talk about the types of essays. There are 5 different types of essays in TOEFL. Let me write them for you. Number 1, it is opinion essay. Opinion essay gives you 2 options and you need to choose one of these options while you're writing. For example, opinion essay can be something like this. Do you agree or disagree? Do you agree or disagree? Blah, blah, blah. Do you agree or disagree that a computer is good for children's development? This is an example of opinion essay. Or maybe there can be a question like should. Should the government blah 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 blah. So you have only two options. Yes, government should, or no, government should not. Yes, I agree, or no, I disagree. This is opinion type of essay when you have two possible options and you need to choose which option is your opinion. Next one is very similar to opinion type of essay because again it asks your opinion, but the difference is that here you don't have possible answers. You don't have any possibility in the question, and this one is called preference type of essay, okay? In preference type of essay, again, you are asked your opinion, but we don't have any possible answers. So question will be something like this. What is the most blah 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 blah? What is the most beautiful place you have ever visited? Okay, so usually here questions are about WH questions, or what, maybe why, or something like that. They are very similar to each other, opinion type of essay and preference type of essay. The only difference, as I have already mentioned, between them is that in opinion type of essay you have possible answers, while in preference type of essay you don't have possible answers. You can write whatever you want. You can be totally free to give your opinion in this type of essay. The next one is explain, describe type of essay. Explain, describe type of essay. In these type of essays, you are asked to explain something or to describe something. Usually they ask you effects, reasons, results of something. For example, children are addicted to internet. What can be the negative effects of this in their future? So you need to explain negative effects, okay? You need to describe what can be the effects of it, or the same question can be, children are addicted to internet. What are the reasons for this? So you need to explain and describe either reasons or results or effects of something. Let me write example question for you. Children are addicted to internet. What can be the possible negative effects of these in the future? So this is an example of explain, describe type of essay, and we also have third type of essay, which is called hypothetical essay. Hypothetical essay is kind of unreal situational essay. Probably you all know the meaning of hypothesis from mathematics and other disciplines. And here we also see this one, hypothetical type of essay. Hypothetical type of essay asks you to describe some kind of situation which is not real. For example, the question can be, if you were the president of your country, what would you do? You are not the president of the country, therefore this is unreal situation, okay? Unreal situational essays. And we have one more type of essay, type number 5. It is contrast or comparison type of essay. Probably everybody understands the comparison type of essay. You are given two different things and you need to compare these things, or maybe you are given one thing and you need to talk about positive and negative sides of this thing. For example, I'm drinking cola right now, and maybe the essay can be compare Coca-Cola and Pepsi to each other, or discuss the positive and negative sides of cola. Hi Tutku, how are you doing? I was waiting for you today. So we have these 5 types of essays. Let me write example here for you. Compare cola and Pepsi. Now I will ask you some questions. I will give you some essay topics, and can you please tell me which type of essay it is, okay? Number 1 is something like this. For this lesson, Tutku, of course, I knew you would join my TOEFL lesson. First essay question can be something like this. Which country would you like to visit the most? Guys, if you see a question like this, which type of essay question is this? Is it opinion, preference, explain, hypothetical, or comparison? I'm waiting for your answers on YouTube or Facebook. Please, can you tell me what kind of essay is this question for? Is it for opinion essay, preference, explain, describe, hypothetical, or comparison? Chisem, you are absolutely correct. This is preference type of essay because it asks you your opinion, but you don't have any possible answers in the question, so it is type 2. I will write here number 2. So this is example of number 2. Typer, you are also correct. Good. Next question is something like this. If you could compare yourself 5 years ago and now, what has changed? So we have a question like this. If you compare yourself 5 years ago and now, what has changed? We don't need could here because it makes a little bit difficult essay structure. Okay, so Aleph thinks for second question, it is type number 5. And do you have any other opinion, guys? Do you have any other ideas? I will help you a little bit. This question is a mix. It's not only one type. There are 2 types mixed in this question. Guys, which other type can this question be attributed to? Comparison, yes, because it says if you compare, but also the question continues a little bit differently. So it is comparison and also Alev, you are absolutely correct. It is mix of 5 and 3. Yes, and Typer, you are also correct. Because it asks you to compare yourself now and 5 years ago, and the question is, what has changed? So you need to explain or you need to describe the changes. Okay? The next question can be something like this. If you were the principal of your school, what would you do? Which type of essay is this one, guys? Is it number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? For this one, you also need to pay attention to the structure of the question. If you look at the structure, you understand probably that it is unreal situation because the question type is if conditional number 2. And yes, this is type number 4. A lot of you are correct because it asks you unreal situation. You are not the principal of the school. Therefore, this is definitely type 4 because it's unreal situation. Next question is like this. Do you agree or disagree? Women must go to army. Women must go to army. Do you agree or disagree? Which type of essay question is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? Hussein and Tutku, you are correct. This is definitely type 1, Machinistman, also you are correct. This is question for type 1 of the essay. Now, why did we discuss the types of essays? Why is it so important to know the type of essay? Because the first 4 types of essays, from number 1 to number 4, they have the same structure of writing, but number 5 has a little bit different structure of writing. So let me change the color for number 5, and when I explain now the structure of writing essays, I will be talking about type 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, then I will explain type 3. The structure of writing essays for type 1, 2, 3, 4 are same. Now you need to remember that for TOEFL purposes, for TOEFL exam, you need to write 300 words essay in 30 minutes. Okay, so you have 30 minutes and you need to write 300 words. Maybe you have some information about the structure of essays and probably you can help me. I'm sure you know the most important things about the essay structures. First, we need, of course, to have the introduction paragraph in the essay. Then we need to have body paragraphs. 1, body paragraph 2, body 3. So you need to have 3 body paragraphs for good TOEFL essay. And finally, you should have conclusion paragraph. Okay, so there should be 5 paragraphs in total in your essay. if some of you are taking IELTS exam, I can also give you information about IELTS essay writing. The difference is that in IELTS you have to write 250 words in 40 minutes, and you don't need to have body paragraph 3. You can only write 2 body paragraphs for IELTS, but for TOEFL you must write 3 body paragraphs. Now, as you know, totally we have 30 minutes and we need to write 300 words. Let's allocate now the words and the minutes. Let me create a little table for you. And meanwhile, guys, what do you think? How many words should be in introduction paragraph? How many words should we have in introduction paragraph? So my question is, how many words do we need to have in introduction paragraph? And we have some answers from Machinist Man and Hussein. Hussein thinks 50 words and Machinist Man thinks 60 words. Gisem thinks 40 to 50. You are all correct, guys, we can say, because let's say we need to write somewhere about 50 words in introduction paragraph. And how many minutes do you think we should spend on introduction paragraph? How many minutes should we spend on introduction paragraph, guys? Tutku says 3 minutes, and I can agree with Tutku. We can spend 3 to 4 minutes for introduction paragraph. Now let's move to body paragraphs. What do you think? How many words do we need to write in body paragraphs? Should it be longer than introduction or should it be shorter than introduction paragraph? And don't forget that we need to write 3 body paragraphs. So let's talk about each body paragraph. Hussein thinks 70 to 80 words, and actually I can agree with Hussein. If you write 70 to 80 words, it will be very good. So let's write 70 to 80 words for each body paragraph. And what do you think? How many minutes we can spend for it? How many minutes we can spend on our essay body paragraphs? I will take answer for this one from Tutku and Hussein, because we can spend 6 to 7 minutes. So maximum 7 minutes we can spend for each one. Now let's see our conclusion paragraph. So we have written 3 body paragraphs from 70 to 80 words. So it is 75 multiplied into 3. It will be 225. We have 50 words in introduction. So it is 275. And we need to write about 30 to 40 words here. In conclusion, and as for timing, maybe we need to take same with introduction or maybe a little bit less than introduction. So let's say 2-3 minutes. for this one. Now, the words are totally okay. Let me just change here 40 to 50. Maybe you can write also 40 words over here. Now, as for timing, let's say we spent 7 minutes for each body paragraph. It is 21 minutes. We spent 3 minutes here, 24, and we spent 3 minutes here. It is 26. What do we need to do with the rest? We still have 4 minutes time. I suggest you absolutely to make a plan before you start writing, and when you finish writing, check your writing. Let's say you spend 3 minutes planning, 2-3 minutes, we can say. And when you finish writing, again, for checking, you should spend 2 or 3 minutes. My 1 minute, 43 words, 33, 2 words. Ilker, I could not really understand your message. Can you be more specific? Okay, so you need to make a plan and you need to check at the end what you have written. Why is this important? Why is planning important and why is checking important? Because writing is very creative task. When you are writing something, your ideas can change. Sometimes maybe the muse comes over and you are going somewhere different. So when you have plan, you know very well where you should go, what you should write. The same applies for checking. Maybe you had a plan, but then when you check, you understand that your essay went a little bit different way. Then use this time to change what you originally wanted to write. Also, checking is good because you can check your grammar mistakes, maybe change some words to make higher grade and higher level writing. Like I always tell my students, if you can't use very difficult words and high level words in your writing, no problem. Write with easy words and then check it and change the structure. Don't spend a lot of time thinking while you are writing, because 30 minutes is not a long time, guys. Let's be honest about it. And to write 300 words in 30 minutes, it is not so easy. It's not very, very difficult and impossible, but not that much. So teacher, I made a 1 minute trial on the keyboard. Okay, no problem, Ilker. Now, what do we mean in planning? What do you need to do while you are planning your essay? Let me write it here. Essay planning. When you are planning essay, you need to make plan like this. First, of course, you need to read the question. After you read the question, if you have time, you can rephrase the question so you understand it better. This is not a must, okay? If you don't have time, maybe you don't do this one. After that, you need to come up with your opinion. What is your opinion? Then you need to come up with reasons. Reason 1, reason 2, reason 3. You need to come up with minimum 3 reasons before you start writing. Why? Because Your body paragraph 1 will be about reason 1, body paragraph 2 will be about reason 2, and body paragraph 3 will be about reason 3. So you need to have 3 good reasons before you start writing. Let's practice a little bit together now. Let's choose a question. For example, let's go and choose which one? Okay, which country would you like to visit the most? I will choose this question. So imagine our question is this one. Which country would you like to visit the most? Rephrase the question. Maybe I can rephrase. This is very easy actually to understand this sentence, but anyways, I will rephrase. Where do I want to go the most? My opinion, I decide that I want to visit which country. Let's say, think about it. I want to visit maybe, guys, please give me your opinions. Which country would you like to visit the most? Which country would you like to visit the most? We have the first answer, Norway. Any other ideas? Or I can write the first one, which came, Norway. So this is my opinion. I want to visit Norway. I'm answering directly the question, which country? Answer is Norway. So Norway is my opinion. Another person thinks Japan, USA, etc. Okay, I will write USA because I feel closer to this country. Now I need to come up with 3 reasons. Why do I want to visit USA? So reason, I guess something happened, yeah? I'm back, guys, and I hope everything is fine. There was some technical problem. And let's see if we are able to continue the lesson or no. Sorry for this situation. Let me refresh my YouTube page so I can see your comments. And also let me check the Facebook. Great, we are back. Can you hear me well, guys? Is my volume also okay? Good. So, when we decide what is our opinion, then we need to come up with 3 reasons why we think like that. Whose idea was USA? Soydan. So, Soydan, can you tell me why do you want to go to the United States? Other students also can help, of course, and tell me the reasons why do you think person wants to go to USA. We need minimum 3 reasons, guys, so please be active. Still, there is a problem on Facebook, but on YouTube we are showing just fine. Let me refresh Facebook page again. We are back. Very good. So, guys, give me some reasons why we should visit USA. What can be reason 1 for visiting USA? Because there are many attractions. Okay, number 1 can be attractions, sightseeings. Number 2 is country's economic development. Good. So because of economy and development, or economic development, we can say. Tourist attractions, we already said. Let's see anything else. And beautiful girls. Aha, thank you, Eren, very much. It will be very difficult to write essay for this. I can also help you guys. Maybe I can write one reason why we should go to the United States. It's because of there are a lot of different cultures living together. So I will write cultural diversity. In the United States, you will see people from almost every country of the world. So it is very cultural diverse, and this can be the last reason. Also, if you have any other reasons, more than 3, during your planning time, please write all of them, then decide which 3 reasons are the best reasons. For example, maybe I can write another reason, also reason 4, then I decide which one I prefer. Another reason why I want to go to the United States can be that maybe I can say something about the Hollywood. Not just any attraction, but I'm interested in movies and Hollywood, and I would like to meet some movie stars. Or Eren also has good idea to improve English. Okay. So you need to do this kind of planning before you start writing. Then you need to select 3 best reasons. Now, what do I mean with the best reasons? Which one is the best? How we can decide? Here, which factors do you need to think about? So the factors to be considered while choosing reasons are the following. Factors to be considered while choosing the reasons. First of all, you need to choose something which is easy to prove. This is number 1. I will choose something which is very, very, very well related to the question, and it is very easy to prove this. I will not need to think a lot to prove it. For example, if I write, I want to visit USA because of beautiful girls, this will not be very easy to prove. There are a lot of other countries where you can do this. You don't need to go to USA, maybe, okay? Or if I write, I want to visit USA because my uncle lives there, okay, maybe my uncle will live in different country next year. So still, it's not so easy to prove. Next thing that you need to think about is topic vocabulary. On which topic, reason 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, do I know a lot of good words? For example, I'm a teacher. Of course, improve English. This will be my number 1 choice because I know so many words related to learning, teaching, and education, okay? So if you know a lot of good words about it, you can write better. And also, you need to sometimes think about personal feelings. Now, this one can be very tricky. Personal, you understand the meaning of attitude. So, personal attitude is also important because you need to feel what you are writing. If I think that I will not meet any movie stars, it will be very difficult for me to write a paragraph about it. But if I think that I will improve my English, really I think like that, it will be very easy for me to write about it. But as I have said, this is very tricky. Sometimes it works, sometimes it does not work. Why is it so? Because maybe sometimes you feel very positive personally to one reason, but you don't know a lot of words about it, so please don't write it and change, because topic vocabulary and easy to prove, these are more important, okay? Unfortunately, we are having problem with the internet speed. Sorry for this, guys, but I hope we will be able to fix it during the break time. Let me just review what we have done so far, and then we can go on a break. So during this lesson, we have discussed the types of essays, and also I have explained to you the structure, the overview of the essay, and we talked about some timing, how we need to allocate our time. And finally, we did one example of planning. Let's have a break now for 15 minutes, and 15 minutes later I will be back with you, and we will talk about the assessment of essays, and we will write some examples together.